Hey, what's up everybody? Right off the bat, before I start showing you guys stuff, I gotta give a shout out to a cool YouTuber. Retro Gamer, goes by the name of Scene3614. If it wasn't for your video, dude, I would have had a hard time trying to figure out how to do this, let alone find the right link to the pictures to figure out how to friggin' do this. As in, I refound the link that you had. They just changed it a little bit, so that's all it takes for it to screw up. So you can copy the link I'll give and replace it with the one in your vid, so you'll have the right one instead of just dead end. As these are good pictures that the person gives on showing how to do this. And on you saying that it's the easiest mod or one of the easiest that you've ever done, I agree with you. For me, this is the easiest AV mod I've ever done. Couldn't get much simpler. So, got my Odyssey sitting on top of my old school TV here just to show you guys which one I have. And mine does have the joysticks, controllers wired into it. It doesn't have plugs on the back for them. So, second model here. Or third model. Or fourth model. This is Odyssey microprocessor 2 and Magnavox. And mine's got the power button. Otherwise, that's how it looks. And I'll show you how I did this. Anyways, joystick cable, power supply. That's the little hole where the RF cable came out of, and as you can see, I just used the two jacks, so two wires. Fits perfect. I didn't have to do anything to that, man. So, always good when you can do the mod without cutting into the system anywhere. I didn't have to touch a thing. So, very happy with that. Otherwise, and like I say, I'll give the link that I wrote on this just to point out what's what. And like I say, I recommend matching the bottom of your board up with this one to make sure it looks just like this. As in, mine looks just like this. So that's where you hook up your audio. For some reason, this person used two pieces of wire twisted together for the audio and the video. As you got two little spots there. You want that wire going to both of them, as in a jumper between the two on both. As in you can clearly see the wire going across there. Otherwise it probably won't work. And then this picture where he hasn't put the ground wire on yet, but that's where you can put a ground wire, or pretty much all that silver area is ground. That was just really convenient. But what I did, and what Scene did, was use the cords off of a different game system. He used one off of Plug and Play. I used one off of a PS2, PS1 or whatever, AV cable, as I got plenty of them. Cut the end off, stripped the wires, got the braided part on the wires for both leads to where that's the ground, and just twisted them together, cut it short to where I start from the ground and then had enough length on the other two wires to reach there and over to there. So that's that. And then this guy did it using RCA jacks. As you can see, he also just did mono sound. And that was a little confusing to look at there, as he's got the wires, not only two wires twisted together for each one, but the wires themselves are twisted together. So when you get to that area, it's kind of hard to point out, but easy enough to where I can look at the jacks, as in video, audio for the white, and then just trace those wires back to where they're supposed to go. And then this area here, where you see that folded plastic piece there that's screwed on, I did the same thing as Scene, as in, good idea on that. looped it through there a couple of times, screwed it back together, and just ran it out the same hole for the RF, as in just replaced the RF cable with the AV cable. So, doesn't get much easier than this. Really not much more to show you guys. Other than success, man. I tried it on the little TV here, which is my old school one that's been modded with AV jacks. Works good on it. Good sound, good picture. Same thing on my other two TVs, as in my flat screen that's hanging up there on the wall and my other TV that's hidden in front of my chair, which is a regular old tube TV. Good signal on both of them. The only TV that I had problems on, and it wasn't with the signal or anything, is in still had a really good picture and good sound. For some reason, that one doesn't like my old school game system sometimes. Like if I plug a Nintendo into it, as an original toaster Nintendo, it does the same thing sometimes. Where it says video 1, video 2 or whatever up in the top corner of the TV. Sometimes it goes away, sometimes it doesn't. On this, I turn it on. It would come up with whatever it says at the beginning there to start the game, or game select or whatever, and that would go away. But as soon as I press the button to start the game and the screen goes blank for a few seconds, that reappears and then it won't go away. So it's the TV. Otherwise, works beautifully. Couldn't be any happier. I mean, it's crazy off of something this old to be able to just run it right off the board. Never know, man, how the hell they did it. You never know. So, catch you guys later. Feel free to comment. Once again, Scene, if that's your real name and just not your YouTube name, thank you, dude, man, for posting that vid. I was wanting to do that on this puppy, but I kept running into the freaking links that I had the other one where you got to build that separate part, which is not for this particular Odyssey 2 system. So, catch y'all later.